Biological evolution and mechanism of evolution. Biological evolution. Biological evolution is the process through which the characteristics of organisms change over successive generations by means of genetic variation and natural selection. It is most commonly defined as changes in gene frequencies in populations. The result of the process may be minimal or substantial. It embraces everything from slight changes within a species to the successive alterations that lead to the diversification of an organism into countless unique species. However, morphologic changes may reflect alterations in the regulation of genetic expression without a major alteration in genotype. Witness the considerable differences that selective breeding has brought in size and configuration within one canine species. Similarly, the paramount importance of gene regulation probably explains much of the morphological difference between humans and chimps, two species who share 98% of their DNA. Recently, researchers have demonstrated that gene regulation has enabled rapid phenotypic speciation in sticklebacks. Along the same lines of modification of genetic expression, alternative splicing enables a single gene to give rise to multiple versions of a protein. There are two basic types of mechanism involved in biological evolution. First are the genetic sources of alteration of a gene within the genotype of an individual. Second are those statistical mechanisms that determine the fate of an altered allele. These are the mechanisms that increase or decrease frequency of an allele, a form of a gene at a locus within a population. Traits are found to exist within a population in a variety of forms, and these differences will afford individuals a greater or lesser chance of success. If the trait is beneficial to the organism, then its genes will be passed to the next generation at a higher frequency, or vice versa if it is harmful. This is said to be the natural selection of a trait. The fact that natural selection happens is not open for dispute. Organisms do adapt to their environment, and the role of natural selection in this process is certain. However, evolutionists do not view genetic information nor the cellular mechanisms responsible for genetic diversity as being the result of intelligent design. Neo-Darwinism assumes that random mutations are responsible for this information or the variability from which nature selects. Mechanism of evolution. In the first decade of 20th century, Hugo de Vries, based on his work on evening primrose, brought forth the idea of mutations, large difference arising suddenly in a population. He further stated that it is mutation which causes evolution and not the minor variations, heritable, that Darwin talked about. Mutations are random and directionless, while Darwinian variations are small and directional. Evolution for Darwin was gradual, while de Vries believed mutation caused speciation and hence called it saltation, single-step large mutation. Studies in population genetics later brought out some clarity.